Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Yoga Tasters. I'll just wait for everybody to come in. Oh, it's gone up quick on there today and on here. Wow, is that my internet connection? Maybe getting a little bit faster today. So, hi, welcome to Yoga Tasters. I hope you get my notifications that are saying that I'm going to go live if you want to do these taster sessions, because they really are going to be progressive for you, and you will learn quite a lot if you are like wanting to try yoga classes. So tonight we're going to do balances. As always though, I need to warm you up a little bit before we do balance. I'm going to just move this one forward. I'll get myself sorted. Before we do a balance, we need to warm up a little bit. So I'm just going to go for a bit. I'm going to do the options of balances. So there'll be some, so you can use the wall or a block. So if you've got a block, I'll show you some alternatives, options with that. If you find the ones that are too difficult, that I'll show you. So make sure either you're in a space with a wall or you've got something that you can use as that. You'll see. Okay, let's go down onto the floor, and as always we ground. I've set my space up, I've got my incense, candles. Like to have our area nice and sacred area, so it really brings you straight away into that grounding moment. It's always better done on an empty stomach, which is quite difficult. I haven't managed that tonight because of the times that I'm doing it, so it's not always possible, but ideally it's done on everything in yoga is better on an emptier stomach. Obviously that doesn't mean in the morning, that means maybe after leave it a while before you have your tea, between lunch and tea. So shall we get a little bit grounded? We're back to that heart breath. Yesterday, or what day was it? Sunday. The week has gone so fast. Sunday we did ujjayi breath with our flow. Monday we did ujjayi breath, which is a different breath. We're going right back to the first breath on this because it's a slower breath and allows us to focus on the balance itself. So if you wonder when I'm going live, don't forget to click the bell on your notifications. That will alert you that I'm going live if you want to join in. So palms together in Anjali Mudra, great tall spines. We're going to ground ourselves and bring ourselves right into this moment. No need to do anything else. Just leave that bustle of the world behind for the next 15 to 30 minutes usually ends up. So closing your eyes, grow those long spines. Focus on that breath, from the belly breath into the heart space. And you're just going through some rounds of breath to open up that heart space and allow the breath to travel more comfortably without restriction. Remember to use your options. I'll go through that whilst you're just grounding yourself. If you're completely new, today is your first time. Everyone else, continue with your breath. Just drop in. Your options, if your leg really stiff in this position, is to sit on a block. Dropping down the legs, see how much lower they grow, allowing my back to elevate and lengthen. Breathing in and out, and that feels much better having had my tea late. So breathe in and relax, calming the mind. Dropping shoulders down, release the day. Midweek meltdown Wednesdays. Let's just roll the head into the chest, stretching out the back of the neck. I do find that Wednesdays I need some good shoulder releasing. So roll side to side, very slow. Everything's slow. Slow. Chin into the chest, to the other side. Still attaching that breath. Slowly half mooning in Jnana Mudra, finger and thumb. First finger and thumb together for a focus. Just rolling the head side to side. Moving the directions of the balances that we're going to be doing tonight. So one ear to shoulder, down to the side as well. Ear to shoulder. And then I want you to place your, if you're mirroring me, your left arm down, you're reaching over the right arm on the lateral flow. Inhale, exhale with the arm over, inhale back, exhale over, inhale back. Just rocking. Go into your own space. The more you practice the yoga, the more you just, again, just switch off in your own space. And that's exactly what we want you to do. So you're just observing the feelings in your own body. Inhale and exhale. Especially in the opening grounding parts of the class. Over. Good, and then we're going to just sweep forward, so hinge from the hips, and sweep all the way back and open the chest, touching arms behind. Circle forward, keep it, mobility moving, circle back. Looking up to ceiling when you're going back now. Forward, reach, exhale back, open, dropping that head back. Forward and looking back. Excellent. Let's come forward with the legs. We're going to circle on the knees, hands underneath the shoulders. We're not going to be doing any arm balances really tonight. We will do a plank because arm balances is really challenging in yoga, really good to do. But you do need to strengthen those arms and wrists more importantly. Many people say that when they're in this position, flexion of the wrist is quite tough and feels like it's not very stable. But the more you practice, the more you do. So the idea isn't really, unless you have some injuries and are in physio, it isn't the idea to not do these. The more you do them, the better, but you might not be able to come forward and hold the position for as long as what I have. So just when you want, you just rock back into your extended puppy pose and take the pressure off the wrist again. And then you come back, join in and pressure into the wrists. You're strengthening those forearms. Wrist fractures are really common, and that's often because we do give in on them and we don't strengthen them. And these arms and wrists do have to last a lifetime, so it's important we do train them in all ways. So from here we're going to circle the bottom round all the way, big circle and around, slowly releasing the spine. That's it. Because the core is switched on quite a lot during the balance work. And the other way, so circle the other way, forward, stretching back, roll. So standing balances, I'm going to do some floor balances. So show you the positions and get the hips and everything a little bit more stretchy before we go into the standing balances. So I want you to come down onto the back for the first one, okay? Now remember what I say, that your mat is like this, so that when you turn your head you can see what I'm doing. So just get into that position there. So you're just turning your head like I am and you can see what I'm doing. So from here, I'm just going to take the hands on the knees and circle round, releasing the back out in this position too. Just a few circles, a few hip circles, and then back the other way, a few hip circles. And the first pose that we're going to do is called eagle pose. So we're going to do that lying down so that we really get that stretch in the lying down position before we try it in a standing up position. So in this place where you are now, just lift the heels. Okay, so you're in that tabletop sort of position there. Then you're going to cross the right leg over the left leg in that position. And if you can, you're looping it back round on the lower leg. Don't worry if you can't. Okay, just crossing and squeeze, trying to aim for that cross on the other, but do not worry if you can't. Now that in itself is really deep in the core and a lot of flexibility in the hips, strengthening. So anytime again that you want to come out of that, just drop in the cross leg position so that you're still getting the stretch there around the legs. But if you want to come back up, lift it up and hold it there, pulling in the abdominal muscles. So we're going to separate these and then we'll come together in the whole position. We slowly lower that down to the floor. Now you're going to bring your left arm up and bend it in the position that your legs were. And your right arm comes across and sits in the nook of the bent elbow. So your one elbow sits onto the other elbow. And you wrap round and you hold your hands, both of the hands together in a wrapped position. Okay, so stay in that position. You're wrapped round. I'll come into sitting position so you can just see what position my hands are if you can't see from there. So I'm here, wrapped round. One over the other in the crook of the elbow. And again, don't worry if you can't quite make the elbow and you can't quite reach the hand round. You can come into prayer position if that feels too uncomfortable on your shoulders and just try and meet together with the elbow to elbow in that position. Okay, so you're going to roll down into that and then, so release that out for a moment. And then we're going to try them both. But we're going to do the other side first. So wrap now your left over the right leg, wrap it round through. Your right arm's on the bottom. Is it? Yeah, and your left on top. And then hold in Garudasana, eagle pose, lying eagle pose. And again, remember, I said there's a lot of tummy work going on. Can you feel that? So if you can feel it lying down, you can now understand what's going on when you're standing up doing that. Because you won't, because of the balancing, you won't realise how hard your tummy muscles are working during this pose. You're too interested in actually keeping balance. Breathe there, and then we release out. And then the next pose we're going to do lying down. If you come onto the internet, dropped on that one for a moment, yeah. And from here, we're going to go into a tree pose in this position. So the top leg, slide down to bring the foot in front of the bottom leg. So you're in a lying tree. Hips are over, stacked, and you're bringing the arm to arm in prayer position over the head. If you've got enough space, and breathe there. And again, you can feel this tension in the hip, that stretch in the hip, which is, again, I said, really good to lie down and feel that so you can tell exactly what's going to be going on when you're standing up. Lengthen the body, open the chest. Take 4 rounds of breath. And just allow that hip opening to occur. Really just sink into that move. Just let it go. Let everything go, the breath go into that. It's a really good one as well. Can you feel that? Just by opening your arms up, placing them palm to palm here, can you feel the lateral muscles stretch as well? All down the upper side of your body. So that's where your shoulders have been really tight as the lat meets into the delts. And then bring it down. And then we're going to go. I'm going to counter pose that by, as I said before, going into a plank position. So come onto all fours in your cat pose again. Draw in tummy muscles, stretch back, take extended puppy, reach forward with the hands. Your gaze towards the end of the mat, towards the end of the nose. Forearms can rest on your head if you want. Breathe. Bringing yourself out. Choosing your plank position, you're stacking your shoulders over those wrists. Take the knees back a little bit. And here's your plank, drawing your tummy muscles in 100% and then letting them out so that they're just 30%. And then I want you to turn the toes under and come into full plank. Still in that position. Push the chest gently forward. At this point, don't look back and check out what your toes are doing. They're still there, and it's the core we want working. You're pulling it in 30% for your future hand balances. So that will be when we move into the intermediate rather than beginners. Breathe, breathe, and lower down, good, and come out. Going over to the other side, we just need to do the tree on the other side. So turn around, and then we can come on to finally those exercises, just those two, and a star I think we're going to do. So bringing that leg in front again, opening the hips, palm to palm. Enjoy that lovely stretch through the lat muscle. Deep breath in and out, allowing the hips to sink in the mat. All there in your lying Vrksasana tree pose. Lying tree pose. And again, allow that breath to flow so that your hips open a little bit more. Everything just becomes more comfortable. Stretching the core. And bring it back. And then slowly turn up. Okay, are we going to try this on our feet? So all the way up now. Let's bring that back so I'm in the frame. Now your options here are 2 fingers on the wall, okay, for stability. We'll start with a tree. So spread again, remember you're making big footprints in the sand. You imagine you're drawing up your leggings, whatever, trousers, whatever, pulling them up. So that means you're firmly squeezing the quad muscles and your thighs. Opening the chest to collarbones. Like 2 fingers if you need them. Try without, first of all. Palms together. So when you're placing your palms together, try not to drop the elbows. push them together gently, so that allows again the chest to open. You're coming and you're starting just with toes, and think all the time lifting up through this leg. We don't want to drop into, we've all had some child probably on our hip at some point, whether it be cousin or as an auntie or whatever, mums, whatever, and we stick our hip out. And immediately when we're in this position, we want to like just settle into it. So you're pushing still in that upright position, palms together, turn those knees out. Remember the floor position. And then we're coming up. Make sure we haven't got any slippy fabric on, because that makes things more difficult. If you have, roll your trousers up and put it skin to skin, okay? So from there, you're here, breathe. You find a soft gaze in the distance, past me. Rise up with the arms and breathe. Don't worry if you wobble, especially the first few times, the first few minutes. It takes a while to actually get your body to understand that you are asking it to balance. Breathe. So that's why we'll go around these a couple of times. And breathe there. 3 rounds of breath. Can you feel the stability on the leg? And then release down. So yeah, we're waking those legs up. Just pedal through. Pedal through. And balances are usually done around 15 minutes in, 20 minutes in of your program. So we're starting them a little bit early in the program, hence nothing switching on fast today. Okay, so come into the other side, up, hold, spread the toes. Here, opening the hips. Up with those arms, core switched on. And try and poke your head through those arms slightly. Breathe. And remember, at any time, you're just 2 fingers on the wall and 1 hand up. This stability. Breathe there. And release down. Good. Pedal again. So we're going to do that again. If you want, come off your mat. See if it's better for you off your mat. Let's repeat on the other side. So open chest, expand, palms, and into tree. And as you get bolder in it, you can bring the leg higher and open. If you're feeling really flexible there, you choose. Breathe. Or you can stay with that toe on the floor in the first position. Okay? It takes a long time, and as you can see, I still wobble after years of doing yoga. Just depends how warm I am. Breathe. On a lot of factors, actually. Depends on a lot of factors. Breathe. And release down. If practice is the best. Spread the feet again. Let's go the other side. Can you feel how intense that is? How intense a strength workout on the legs, the balance. Open, rising up. Up, up, up. Traveling. Hold and open. Breathe. This is where practicing meditation comes in really good, and release when you're doing these, because you can really get your focus. So from there, I'm going to go into Garudasana, which is the one we did originally, the first one on the floor. So if you're mirroring me, take your right leg forward, wrap it round the other one, put the toe down to begin with. You're sitting back into the legs, pulling in the tummy muscles. Okay, so we're doing that there. And if you can wrap round and take that foot off with the hands on the hips to start. We've got that squeezing the thighs together, showing you from side view. So coming into semi-squat, wrap one over from the other, squeezing them together, sitting back, toe off the floor. Breathe there. Breathe, stick that bottom out, really stick it out. Lift the chest. Soon as you crumble forward, your core switches off and your work doesn't happen. So switch to the other side. So your left over right, if you're mirroring me. Sit down, push bottom back and squeeze. And if you can link the toe behind, do it. But if you can't, I don't feel comfortable by linking on this one. So I don't. And breathe into that balance there. And rise. Superb. The arms. Okay. So left and right in front. Right comes on top into the crook of the elbow. We're going to keep our feet together and squat back in that. Then you're going to take the knee over and sit back as we did. So you've got legs and arms going there. Breathe. Breathe. So your option for this, if it's really, really a struggle, because we don't want anyone put off, okay? We start, there's different places we can start. Bottom against the wall and your leg over. So I'm putting right leg over, left arm, sorry, that is left arm, left leg over right here. Left arm out, so left leg over right, left arm out, right arm over left. And you're propping yourself against a wall. So just try that, sticking your bottom all the way out and breathe and hold it there. Breathe. 2 and 1 and release. So we'll try that again. You can choose your options, going both ways. Try the wall if you need to, if you want to. We're tired now. How intense is this and how long did we start? So where are we? We are, yeah, we're like, we are half an hour in with just 2 poses. So you can imagine how much there is to learn in yoga. So wrap around again, one over, the other one over, and sit and squeeze. Squeeze toes. Get your position, breathe. Garudasana, eagle pose. And out you come. And don't worry if you're just feeling like, oh, I just got it and we moved out of it. It's just for you to try now and do practice later. So wrap round again, take a seat. This time we go on the other side on. Squeeze, hold, breathe. In your eagles. and come on out and breathe. Okay. Ha ha ha. All right, let's just release into a forward fold from that, releasing our back down. That's quite an intense stretch, isn't it? Just slowly rock side to side and breathe. A lot of core work. From there, just go wide on that, come down. You can use your block if you want on that, or don't worry if you're not reaching there, just hands on the thighs and lengthen forward. You want to stretch that back out, really stretch. Breathe in, breathe out. So you counter posing the other way. And then heel toe in with the feet. Bend the knees and slowly curling all the way up. Roll shoulders back. And we are there for today. So I hope you enjoyed that. Put any comments how you get on with it. Let's have a look. Can I see anything? Go hard. Some crazy comments there, yeah. Okay, you don't go hard in yoga, I must say. It's not go hard. All right. So hope you enjoyed that. And yeah, any comments, any questions, pop it in the comment section. And I'll be back on, where are we? Well, Wednesday. I'll be back on, I think it's Sunday. Yeah, Sunday, Monday, Wednesday I do it. For your next taster. If you enjoyed this and you want the links to see this one and practice again, just drop me into the comments yes, please send me the link. And I will send you that link so that you can have a practice on your own with that. Have a super evening and see you next Sunday. Bye.